This video is for the solving systems of inequalities from standard form notes. So here's our word problem. Susie Sweets has 60 pounds of pecans and 45 pounds of white chocolate chips available to put in their two signature trail mixes, Trail Treats and Mountain Munchies. Each package of Trail Treats has 8 ounces of pecans and 4 ounces of white chocolate chips. Each package of Mountain Munchies has 6 ounces of pecans and 6 ounces of white chocolate chips. Using X to represent the number of packages of Trail Treats and Y to represent the number of packages of Mountain Munchies, write an inequality representing pecans and an inequality representing white chocolate chips. So the hint here is that you need to convert the pounds to ounces. So for pecans, we've got 60 pounds. Okay, so how we convert that, I believe it's, I think it's 16 ounces in a pound. So if we multiply the pounds times ounces, so 60 pounds equals 960 ounces of pecans. And then we can do the same thing for the white chocolate chips. We've got 45 pounds of those. And so we would do the same thing, multiply 45 times 16, and we get 720 ounces. Okay, so for pecans, we know that, so X is going to be, let's see, what does it say? X is going to be Trail Treats, and then Y is going to be the Mountain Munchies ones. Okay, so what we know is we're going to need, I'm trying to think through this here. All right, so pecans here. For Trail Treats, we need 8 ounces. So Trail Treats is X, so 8 times X, 8 each for each pack of those Trail Treats, plus, and then Munchies needs the 6 ounces of pecans, 6 times Mountain Munchies, which is the Y, and that has got to be less than or equal to 960. Okay, so again, just kind of what I did. The Trail Treats, and then we've got the Mountain. Okay, the Trail Treats needs of pecans 8 ounces, Mountain Munchies needs 6 ounces. Okay, of the white chocolate chips, the Trail Treats needs 4 ounces, the Mountain Munchies needs 6 ounces. Okay, so for each package of this stuff that I make, each package means multiply. I'm going to need 8 ounces. So I would multiply the number of packages I make, which we don't know, that's going to be an X, times 8. And then for Mountain Munchies, that's our Y. For each package of this, I'm going to need 6 ounces. So I would do 6 times the number of packages. And when I add those two together, the total amount that I use, it's got to be less than what I have, which we converted, the 960 ounces. So if you convert this, 8x plus 6y, 8x plus 6y less than or equal to 160, to slope-intercept form so we can graph it. Okay, so I have 6y less than or equal to negative 8x plus 960. Divide each side by 6. So y is less than or equal to negative 8 over 6. If I simplify it, it's negative 4 over 3. And then 960 divided by 6 is 160. So there's a simplified equation in slope-intercept form that I can graph now. So y less than or equal to negative 4/3 x plus 160. All right, so when we do the white chocolate chips, again, kind of looking at this chart that I made. So this is x, this is y. So 4x plus 6y is going to have to be less than or equal to, let's look at our number, 720. So 4x plus 6y less than or equal to 720. Okay, 720. So if I convert it to slope-intercept form, This cancels. Negative 4x plus 720. Divide everything by 6. So negative 4 over 6 simplifies to negative 2 over 3. 720 divided by 6 simplifies to 120. So y is going to be less than or equal to negative 2 over 3 x plus 120. So now I can graph. I can graph these two inequalities here. And what that'll do is that'll tell me the amount of each, the x and the y. So each amount of the types here of the trail treats and the mountain munchies that I can make and stay where I need to stay here. All right, so let's do this one first. So plus 160, that's my y-intercept. So that's where I'm going to start. And actually what I'm going to do here, since I'm working with such big numbers, I'm going to create a table, okay? And that'll help me pick out points easier. So negative 4 over 3. Oh, we didn't catch the negative. Let's try that again. Negative 4 over 3 x plus 160. And then I'm just going to do second table. All right, so what I can do here is I can look at these numbers down here and see if I've got any nice, pretty numbers. So I'm going to go to 20. 20 is a fraction. I don't want any fractions on this side. So we'll go to 40. 40, it's kind of a gross number too. So we'll go to 60. Oh, there's a good one. 60, comma 80. So that's a point on the graph. Over 60, up to 80. And let's see if we can't find one more good one here. So we've got 80. 80, that's a fraction. 100, fraction. And then 120. 120. So the reason I'm not going with, like, say this one, 117, comma 4, is I don't have a 117 down here. So I'm trying to find nice, pretty on both sides. So 120, comma 0. So there's 3 points that I can use. And then I can connect the dots here. Okay, and so that line, I'm going to label it here, is my pecans. That's my pecans line. That is the y less than or equal to negative 4/3 x plus 160. All right, for this one, y-intercept is 120. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to switch my equation up. So this one is negative 2 over 3, and then plus 120, and then do second table. Now I got to go all the way back up here, try to get back to 20. Okay, 20, it's a fraction. So that one's not any good. 40, fraction, not any good. 60, comma 80. So that is my point of intersection, since it's going to be on both lines. But let's see if we can't find one more. I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's 180. This one's going to end here at 180, comma 0, just so we don't have to scroll down that whole list. And again, you can graph this line with just these 2 points. You just line up those 2 points, and you'll be able to draw a line through it. I always do 3, but 2 lines make a point, or make 2 points make a line. Sorry. All right, so this is the white chocolate, and that equation was y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 120. All right, so the last thing that I need to do is I need to shade these inequalities out, and you can do that before you go to the next line. I waited to do it because when I shade this, I'm only going to shade the area that's going to double shade. So with this less than symbol, we're going to shade below both these lines. So for this line, I would shade all of this here. Okay? For this line, I would shade all of this and then this section here. But right here is that overlap. The overlap is what I want. that's what, where my answers are going to be. So let's see here. Let me shade that up real quick. Okay. So any solution in this shaded area would be a solution to these inequalities. Okay. So number 1 says, could 40 packages of trail treats and 60 packages of mountain munchies be produced? And so what I do is I look at my graph. 40, let's see, 40 on the X, 60 on the Y. That's this point right here. So yes, we could do that. So yes, because 40 comma 60 falls in the feasible region of the graph. And that's what that shaded section is. This right here, which if you shade each of them a different color, each line a different color, it's where those two colors overlap. That's the feasible region. So now, could 80 packages of trail treats, so trail treats is X, and 80 packages of mountain munchies be produced? So that one is a no. Because 80 comma 80 falls outside the feasible region of the graph. All right, what would the point 60, 80 represent? So the other thing to remember with these inequalities, remember if there's a line underneath them, solid line. If it's just the less than or greater than, it's that dashed line. So points that fall on the line, if it's a dashed line, don't count. So 60, 80 is, let's see, the point 60 comma 80 represents producing 60 packages of trail treats and 80 packages of, I'm just going to abbreviate here, mountain munchies. This would use all the pecans and chocolate chips.